Mr. Presley, how I gotta call him Mr.
Call the man Mister because he deserves it.
How much would you say, estimate, you got to put that on it, would you say that you were making annually, and that's a year?
So let me just answer this question for you with this cover right here. Keith Presley, Chicago's Black Scarface. Feds allegedly made $25 million a year selling cocaine. This is what the federal government said I made. And the reason why they said it is because they found my drug ledger. Not all of it, but they found it. And they seen the level that I was on and the amount of money they stole from me, the money they seized from me. So I was making, I just easily over $10 million a year. Easily. Like that's a no-brainer. Like how could I make less than $10 million a year for the amount of drugs I was getting and how I was moving and distributing and so on and so forth? I don't want to get into the aspect of it because then I'll be getting scrutinized again, man. You know what I'm saying? I done already been through that little phase, but I made grand theft money, man.
Coming from Chicago though, with the gang culture that it is, because I went when I was young, and I'm from Atlanta, but I used to tell motherfuckers. When I used to go there at 15 and 16 years old, South Chicago, and the first day I got up there, I saw a kid, dead in the middle of the street. This was like some shit out of the movies. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of know, what was going on a little bit. How was there any time that the gangs itself, saw that you was getting all this money and you was a high roller? What did they ever put pressure on you?
No, I've never been extorted before, man, because I'm a businessman. I make it make sense, man, and I ain't gonna claim to be the toughest guy in the world, but
do you have to deal with the gangs like they say?
I'm not like that. That's a very good question because that's what make my story a little bit more unique than anybody else. Because there's some big guys that come out of Chicago, but every last one of them was affiliated with the gangs. So basically, I have no gang ties. That don't mean I didn't have gangs that rock with me. Exactly. I just wasn't part. I wasn't up under their leadership or the laws that they abide by. So I was able to, for lack of better words, finesse or circumvent that. But generally speaking, 95 times out of 100, if you're getting money in Chicago, you're going to be associated with some form of the mob. Then you got to be smart, man. Like I just was talking to somebody I was talking to a young lady. She's a radio personality, and she was saying something about something. I said everything in life is negotiable. Wow. Everything is negotiable. So and I just leave it at that because I don't want to put a business in the streets. But I know how to deal with people, man. Yeah. You feed the wolves, or the wolves gonna feed on you.
Come on now.
Yeah, that's what it boiled down to. So I know how to keep the wolves at bay, and I know how to move. Like Jay-Z said, move in a room full of vultures. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of vultures in the streets. When you got a white mouth mule, and I'm sitting up here like a fat lamb. You know what I'm saying? Because, but the thing is, for me, and a lot of people found out the hard way that just because you saw me alone, just because you saw me by myself didn't mean I was alone. Exactly. Because I was far from alone. But I wasn't around that beating on my chest, talking about I'm this or I'm that, or I was. When you see me, you didn't see me with 30 or 40 guys. I never wanted that attention. Like everywhere I go right now today, I go by myself. But believe you me, if you pull it, you're gonna have problems. Man.
Come on now.
That's just what it is. I ain't on that, but you gotta have that capability. Right, you gotta have that capability, and that's what it is.
Okay, when you came into the game, you said you was trying to get that first $500. I want you to break down those levels and how things changed. I mean, when you touched that first 100,000, how did that make you feel? When you touched that first M, how did that make you feel? And then when you bust 10 M's wide open, what was going through your mind then?
So this is what you're going to need to do, man. You're going to have to get you $1,000 cash, all big bills preferred, but I'll take $2 bills if you got them. All the answers to that, because that's supposed to be good luck, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But no, everything you talk about is in the book. I break it down, I make it so simple, Bowles will get it and Einstein will miss it.
That's right.
And all the math is in there. Like, I'm not just saying, I made $10 million and say, I had bought a quarter key and I bagged it all up. No, I give you all the math. All the math is in there from A to Z, man. And it's getting money, man, is it's a beautiful thing, dog. Cause just think about it. The most money I had of my own before I started selling drugs was $2,500, and that was a $2,500 guaranteed student loan that they used to give back then. So just imagine, I got 12 times that amount that's mine. And one of the first thing I did was bought me a fancy car and all that kind of stuff.
What kind of car you bought?
I bought a Porsche. I was on a college campus with a Porsche. I went to my own college graduation in my own AMG Benz with a mink coat. That kind of stuff. And it was and even at that point I still wasn't a big time. It was just I was big time for a college campus, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot. You know, I got the 951 Gazelles on. I got the Maury Gator boots on. You know what I'm saying? I got my suit from M. Stewart's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got the Maury belt on. You couldn't hit me in the ass with a red apple, man. It was just, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was, man, for real. It was a beautiful thing, you know. And I'm talking about, I'm talking, man, I wish they would have bought them pictures, man. I used to be on the college campus with minks, Tanuki furs, and all that kind of stuff, man. Just, custom-made suits by Barbara Bates. Shout-outs to Barbara Bates, man. I've been one of your first clients since 1986, man. She's been in business for over 35 years. Real good, humble, beautiful lady, beautiful person, man. If y'all don't know about her, Google, and she got some fly shit, man. She can keep me fly for a long time.